Hello, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, just stopping by, my name is Jennifer. I'd love it if you subscribed. Yeah, and right now I look like hammered shit because my skin is not doing so hot right now at all. For those of you that, that's my kid, sorry. For those of you that don't know, I work in healthcare. And that means right now I'm having to wear a mask my entire shift. And so like my jawline and all right here is super broken out. So I just threw on a little bit of moisturizer and I figured we could chit chat, talk about being a CNA, and put on some sweat-proof, long-lasting, simple, everyday makeup because I have to leave for work in like 20 minutes. So let's roll. I'm gonna start by priming my face with a pore filling and color correcting primer. This is from Milani. I'm a fan of it. So I have a few favorites that I like wearing to work back and forth because they're long lasting and you know they hold up very well throughout work. One is Maybelline's Fit Me. This is the matte and poreless, and the other one is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. These are both in the lightest shades. So today I'm gonna use Dream Urban Cover. It's hard to say that, I guess. That has SPF 50 in it, so I always use SPF ladies. I'm actually looking for a really good SPF that's like not in makeup, like just a good SPF to put on. So I'm gonna start with a little bit. So James and Ellie get to hang out today. Today is Easter. You guys are seeing it the day after Easter, so happy late Easter. I hope you had a good one and stayed at home. But I'm off to work today and James gets to hang out with Ellie. My dad just left. My dad and stepmom just left from giving Ellie and me and James our like Easter goodies. They stood out on the porch and I have like a glass door and talked to Ellie through the door, so that was nice. When I'm going to work, especially right now because of the mask situation, if you've never had to wear a mask for like a prolonged period, they're really, I don't know how to explain it. They feel very restrictive, but they're really not. And it's just, it seems like it's harder. You have to work harder to get a good breath in because like it's so hot, like all your hot air is just going right back onto your face. So when we're in the middle of a, you know, pandemic like we are right now, I don't worry about having like super full coverage. I just like something really to even out my skin tone and, you know, make me not look like a broken out tomato because I have a very red skin naturally. And then not even gonna try to lie, some days I don't want to deal with pouncing my sponge down my neck, so I just take, this is the Sigma F80. It's just a flat top kabuki. And I take just a little bit of foundation because this foundation does oxidize on me a little bit. So I like to drag it down a little bit extra. So if you've watched my videos before, you know I have really dry skin all on my own. And normally I try to not like over dry it out, I guess, like don't use a lot of powder and all of that, but when I'm going to work and I know I'm going to be getting sweaty and disgusting, you kind of got to. This is from L'Oreal. It's their full wear and mine is in the shade Eggshell. Like I said, this part of my face really doesn't matter unless I'm on break and I can take off my mask, so I never like conceal again under my where my mask would be. And then I just layer a little bit of ColourPop's what is this even called, no filter matte concealer in white, the white one, Fair 00, and I really just use that to brighten under my eyes a little bit more. Just makes the world a better place. So like I said, I do have naturally super dry skin, and I try most of the time to not overly dry it out by using lots of powder products. But when I go to work, I get super sweaty and super gross, and my skin, like my makeup will start to break down. So I do use quite a bit of powder to set it for work. I hope you guys can't hear my kid, but I'm pretty sure you can. This is the Wet n Wild Translucent Photo Focus Loose Powder. And I just get quite a bit on my sponge to start with. And the first things I do is set where I have like a fucking crevice in my forehead that's a huge wrinkle. And then I set really quickly under my eye. I never really bake like at all, because that can just really accentuate dry skin, which is what I have. So the first thing I do is set right in the center of my forehead and underneath my eyes. And then I go in with a little bit more powder. And I set my entire face. Normally I don't set my whole face. I really just set those 2 spots and maybe around my mouth. But like I said, going to work, set the whole damn thing. And then once I feel like I have a pretty decent coverage of powder on my face, I just kind of... Ellie, baby, do you really have to yell at the gate while mommy's filming? I'm just going to take a little bit of extra powder on a big fluffy brush and get my neck reset around my eyes a little bit more. And my forehead. Not ideal if you have dry skin, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Next, I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. This is in Sunset Striptease. Can y'all see the grid? I can see the grid. I'm so close to hitting pan, and I'm like legitimately excited. When was the last time you finished an entire bronzer? Probs never. Who just finishes bronzers like that? I'm just gonna bronze around my temples and my cheeks, and maybe a little bit on my nose, and a teensy tiny little bit under my double chin. I don't ever go overboard with my bronzer with this foundation because, like I said, it oxidizes. For a little bit of highlight, I'm gonna take, this is Becca, what is this one? Moonstone. Not my favorite. My favorite is Pearl, which is just the white one, but this is what we have for the moment. I don't go crazy with the highlight when I'm going to work, just because I'm going to work. Okay, so I recently did an updated brow routine, so I'm not going to show you guys me putting on my eyebrows really fast. I'm just gonna kind of like hop off the camera and come back with some eyebrows on and looking like a human being. So I'll be right back. Brows are on. Feeling a little bit more like a human. Now, this is something I just started doing. This is a Wet n Wild single shadow. This is in the shade Nutty. A very strange color. It's like a bronzy, shimmery, dark taupey brown situation. I'm just gonna take this on a fluffy blending brush. I'm just gonna throw it over my entire lid and a little bit up into my crease. And then just a little bit under my lash line. Nothing serious over there. So now that that's done, really the only other thing I do eye-wise is put on some mascara. Right now I've been using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Sorry if you just heard a toilet flush. And James being super loud. And now my kid's screaming. We're struggling. Anywho, I'm gonna layer Lash Paradise from L'Oreal with Maybelline Lash Sensational over it, and then I'm just gonna like barely touch my bottom lashes. And then there's only 2 steps left, which is to set down my face. I'm just gonna use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and a little bit of lipstick. This is Katy Perry and CoverGirl, the Katy Kat Matte Lipstick in Sphinx. I'm so close to finishing it.
No, man. No. I know that you had some sweets today, but you're not going to go on a rampage and all.
And once all this dries, this is my final work look. I've been wearing my hair in like a half up, half down situation, and then I put on my mask when I get to work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try my hardest to put a video out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. We're working on it. Also, I'm really sorry you could hear my family in the background. They're living their best life in the living room, but I'm gonna get off here and head to work. So I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.